Lagos jumping, Lagos jump, Lagos jumping. Come on, Lagos jump.
Okay, it's another beautiful day in the city of not Lagos. We took Video Wheels Lifestyle outside Lagos and we're here at Ogun State, the gateway state. Now, I'm sure you saw all of the drums and everything behind me. It's got nothing to do with washing clothes. It's got nothing to do with fetching water. We're here to learn, the ideas, the trades behind making Adire Textile. Okay, now check this out. Now, this is what it looks like after they put it in the water and everything. My name is Angela. Today's show, here's a total package, so don't go anywhere. If you have to touch your TV set, it means you're increasing the volume. You're welcome to the show.
Lagos jump, Lagos jump.
Okay, I'm sure you're wondering why I'm sweating. It's because this place is heaty. So today it's not about, dabbing the powder and making sure I look beautiful. I still look beautiful, but today you just have to accept me the way I come. Okay, we'll come to that place where the way all the drama happened. You see people wearing Adire, you see them wearing, tie and dye, and you're watching where this drama starts from. I'm here today with this woman who has been doing fantastically well. She's going to show us a few of her afterworks, but then we still have to meet her. Okay, we're going to ask her a few questions, but don't mind me, the Yoruba might not be smooth enough, but I'll try very, very hard so it makes smooth. But if you don't understand Yoruba, just check on the screen. We're going to do a lot of translation today. Don't go anywhere.
Ó ti pẹ́.
Ẹ sọ fún wa gan-an báwo ni ọ̀rọ̀ àdìrẹ ṣiṣẹ́ ṣe dé náà ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ fún yín.
Ó ti pẹ́ gan tí mo ti ń ṣe. Nígbà tí mo ti wà nígbà tí mo ti pọ̀ school tí mo ti bọ́ sí ìpínlẹ̀ tí mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ àdìrẹ. Mo ti ń ṣe.
Ṣùgbọ́n kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ gbomi, ó dà pé èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ gbomi kaná kí wọ́n tó lè rí ṣe rárá. Kí fẹ́ ká lọ sí ibi tí a ti ṣe ń bẹ̀rẹ̀. Okay. Sọ̀rọ̀ báwo ni iṣẹ́ àdìrẹ ṣíṣe ó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀?
Ó ti pẹ́ tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ó ti pẹ́ gan tá ti ń ṣe. Iṣẹ́ àbáláyé táwa náà ìbáláyé lọ́wọ́ wọn mú ara wa nù la ṣe ń ṣe. Ó ti pẹ́ láti fọ́tọ́ ọdún mẹ́wàá. Ó ti pẹ́ gan tí mo ti ń ṣe ilé ọdún mẹ́wàá.
Ìgbà tí a kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó dà pé àwọn tó máa ń rí lè wá aṣọ àdìrẹ bíi àti ìlú ń bì báyìí wọ́n ti wá. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣe mọ̀ pé nísìnyí àwọn èèyàn máa ń wá láti òkè òkun láti wá ara aṣọ yìí. Báwo ni tẹ́ bá rí iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ yín ní ara àwọn èèyàn, báwo lẹ ṣe máa ń ṣe?
Wọ́n máa ń dá àwọn ọmọ dáadáa lára wọn. Wọ́n máa ń dá mọ̀ gidi gan. Bá ti pé mi mo rẹ ṣọ, màá sọ fún wọn pé mi ni mo rẹ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ń fà ìgbọ̀n lára wọn.
Kí ni àwọn ìṣòro tẹ́ máa ń dojúkọ láti pé kárí aṣọ kó di aṣọ àdìrẹ?
Kò sí ìṣòro kankan tó wà tó di kíni. Mo tó wà ń bẹ gangan ni pé káàbà ti rí omi a ò lè ṣiṣẹ́, a ò lè rẹ́ṣọ yẹn. Torí omi ẹni pírọ́blẹ́mù wa láti rẹ́ṣọ yẹn.
Tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní kẹ́ ṣe iṣẹ́ mi, kẹ́ mú iṣẹ́ mi, kẹ́ má ṣe aṣọ yìí. Torí ó dà pé bẹ́ ṣe ń ṣe inú yín ń dùn sí nǹkan tẹ́ nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ni. Tó máa ní iṣẹ́ yìí o, ẹ má ṣe ilé yìí ni kẹ́ ṣe. Irú iṣẹ́ wo lẹ?
Iṣẹ́ àdìrẹ náà ni máa mú. Iṣẹ́ àdìrẹ náà ni máa ṣe. Mi lè mú iṣẹ́ mi. Torí iṣẹ́ tó dára gidi gan.
Hanging out in Abba, just like hometown. Rose yam, palm wine, only 2 naira. Met a beautiful girl from Kase, from Ife. She was jamming in her bronze and her silver. She's doing the Lagos.
Wákàtí mélòó ló máa ń gbà kẹ̀tì ẹ̀ fi kọ́kọ́ ṣe aṣọ kó fi já ẹ wo orí eléyìí tó ń ṣe báyìí sìn wákàtí mélòó ló máa tó jáde.
ó lè lo wákàtí 5 àti bó ṣe wà nílẹ̀ àti ilé ìkẹ́ tó dé nísìn àìtí iyọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ pẹ́ dáadáa náró ká tó yọ.
fún ọjọ́ bíi mélòó.
ọjọ́ kan ṣo náà ni òun náà láti ra máa yọ nísìn.
mo mọ̀ pé oríṣiríṣi àdìrẹ ló wà. ìkan wà tó ń pè lẹ́lẹ́kọ̀ọ́.
ẹlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ alábẹ́lá lélẹ̀ kíká ní ilé kan máa tight nílé.
kí ni ìyàtọ̀ ẹ̀
ìyàtọ̀ wà láàrin ẹ̀ eléyìí aláyọ̀ eléyìí ní die and die eléyìí wax ní candle lélẹ̀ ìyàtọ̀ tó wà láàrin eléyìí ìyàtọ̀ tó wà láàrin eléyìí nísìnyí ò ní pé a ò ní bó eléyìí nínú omi gbóná yẹn ìmọ̀ṣẹ́ eléyìí a máa bó nítorí ní candle lára.
irú aṣọ àwọn aṣọ wo gan-an lẹ́ ń so tó fi wá di.
àwọn white la máa ń so oríṣiríṣi aṣọ la ń so.
ṣùgbọ́n àwọn aṣọ kan àwọn àdìrẹ kan wà tó máa ń ní owó gan-an.
bàtíkì ńlá gidi gan ni yẹn wọ́n gidi gan.
so that means pé.
gbogbo àwọn aṣọ orú eléyìí ó yàtọ̀ sí gbogbo ó yàtọ̀ mi aṣọ kékeré wà aṣọ ńlá wà àwọn tó bá wọ́n gan yẹn aṣọ ńlá náà fi ṣe yẹn.
Okay, you heard it all. We'll go take a break quickly. When we come back, we'll still be talking about Adire. Don't go anywhere.
Agbérajà fún agbe orí àlùkò rájà fún o orí agbérajà fún agbe orí àlùkò rájà fún o ẹlẹ́dàá mi màmá gbàgbé mi yé o ò bá màmá jà o. bá lò síwájú àtúnlò sẹ́yìn ní. àtòrí láyé sẹ́ tó bá lò síwájú àtúnlò sẹ́yìn ní. orí mi yé jà 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 fún mi ẹ̀dá mi yé ó jà jà fún mi. orí mi yé jà jà fún mi ẹ̀dá mi yé ó jà jà fún mi. orí àgbérajà fún ajé orí àlùkòrajà fún o orí àgbérajà fún abẹ orí àlùkòrajà fún o ẹlẹ́dàá mi màmá gbàgbé mi yó ó bá màmá jà o.
Let me just give a very simple logic about the simple definition of Adire. Adire just simply means Adi, Are, tie and dye. That's just the basic meaning of Adire. Adire is just Adire, which is Yoruba version, and the English version is tie and dye. And for most people that doesn't really know, Adire is also the same thing as Kampala. Adire is Kampala, Kampala is Adire. So that's just a simple definition of Adire, is tie and dye. These are the early ones of Adire. These are the typical indigo designs. It comes in different patterns, and it's always had this color actually, this indigo color, because it is cold dye. Unlike the one that we now use sulfite soda, that is fast dye, but these ones are cold dye. So it takes a longer process and things like that, and it comes in different patterns. We call this one basically eleko. We have, and that eleko is of different types. We can have Lirin, we can have Oloshupa, we can have, this one is net. We can have different kind of names. We have got the pattern determines the names. Then we have the other modern ones. Like you can see this one now. We call this one Alale. You understand? But you can see there is a kind of pattern on it. But this material is a new material. But the only thing we have to do is just after getting the material, we just have to tie it and dye and give it another kind of look and another kind of design, and now make it much more beautiful and nice to see. So it comes in different type like that. And this is another type. Like for instance now, this one is batik, but this is 3-color batik. You understand? This one it's a more complex actually, because you have to dye it the first time, dye it the second time, dye the last color. So it's kind of a mixture of colors. So it's kind of diversified, and you can give it different kind of designs and pattern like that. The process of Adire making start with first and foremost any kind of cloth that can actually absorb dye. Because if a cloth does not absorb dye, definitely there is no way you can wax it or you can tie it, and there's no way you can dye it can absorb dye. So you need a kind of cloth that can actually absorb dye, 100% cotton, or at most, let's just say 80% cotton. Then it depends on the kind of design you want to do, whether it's going to be a candle wax, like the one she's actually doing there. It's going to be a candle wax, or it's going to be something like tie and dye, or a crack design like the one that is over there. So it depends on the kind of design you want to do. That will determine what kind of pattern you're going to put on it. Well, let's take a candle wax as a case study now. If you are doing the candle wax, definitely you are going to need what? Your cloth. If you're plain cloth, then you're going to need your wax. You're going to need a kind of pattern you want to do. Then you're going to need a kind of pattern you want to do, whether it's going to be a Tenzus one, or it's going to be a foam, or it's going to be a kind of a plastic one, or whatever, any kind of design you want to do. That will determine what you're going to do. So after actually doing all the designing on the cloth, then because when you're doing wax, your candle doesn't have to be too hot and doesn't have to be too cold. Because if it's too cold, it's going to stay on the cloth. Then if it's too hot, it's going to sink. So it's going to be in between. But it takes a professional to actually do that. So if you want to know that, you come and learn here actually. But anyway, after that, then after the wax, after the designing, that's when you bring it down to the production house where you do the dyeing. And when you are dyeing, because it's candle wax, unlike other design where you need the dye to be 100% hot. In case of candle wax dyeing, your dye doesn't have to be 100% too hot, because if it's too hot, it's going to wash away all the candle, all the wax, and all the design. And before you know it, design will not actually show. So you bring it down to the production house. Then you kind of give it. It depends on the color you want. Now this is the time where you need your color, whether you're going to do 1-color dye or 2-color dye or 3-color dye. It depends. Let's take 1-color dye for a case study now. If you are dyeing whether blue or brown or any color you need your dye, you need your sulfite, you need some other chemicals where you're going to put together. Then you're going to need a hot water, not really 100% hot in case of wax. So you mix them together in a bowl, something like a bowl like this. Understand? Then you put your cloth inside then you put the dye. Like what she's actually doing there. You can see what she's doing. Mutsi, no, she's okay, Kenry. Yeah, like exactly what she's doing there now. You can see it has given it a kind of dye already, and the pattern has shown. But that is not the finished work, because after that, then you still have to de-wax, because when you de-wax, that is when the beauty of the design now actually come out, and that is what exactly is doing there. Baba, you can see. That's what he's actually doing there, because we need a very hot water. You need a very hot water to do the waxing, because if your water is not too hot, there is no way the wax will finish on the cloths. Then after that, then you now use a fresh water to resin, and you have to resin about 2, 3, 4, 5 times for the old wax to finish from the cloth. Then that is where you now dry. Then after the drying, you now take it to where it's going to be iron. Our own form of iron is knacking, because that's the traditional way of ironing, which we have known for years, and we still maintain that because we still want to maintain that integrity in the local tie and dye.
Okay, it's been a wonderful, wonderful show today on Video Wheels Lifestyle. I'm really tired. I've been here since morning, talking to these people that make it happen. Although I'm not wearing one, but I'll get some for myself, so when I get to Lagos, I can go sew for myself. Okay, I'm sure you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things from today's show, how to make adire. And, people doing it, how interesting it is for them to make adire. My name is Angela. You can join us on www.goldmyne.tv. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Lagos jump. Lagos jump. Come on. Lagos jump. Lagos jump. From Ife, she was jamming in her bronze and her silver. She's doing that.